I have been in desperate need to put some makeup on my face today, so I thought we would combine some of my Sephora Sale recommendations and just do a little bit of makeup playtime because I've had a really, I wouldn't say a rough week. I think it was a really good week, but I just need to sit with myself. And because I'm a big believer that general recommendations are not always helpful, I want to start something new and see how it goes. So I am going to create either a Google form or some type of form and put it down in the description below. Fill that out with all of your specific needs and wants for what you're shopping for. So for example, maybe you're looking for a really good moisturizer for your oily skin and you want it maybe in a certain budget, etc, etc. And then I'll email you back with the product that I think might work best for you, or like a list of different suggestions I have. Actually, what I think I might do is make a video. So depending on the responses, depending on what you're asking for, I might just answer them in a full video. Hey beautiful, I totally forgot that the Sephora sale was happening. I'm going to show you all of my favorite Sephora recommendations, but I'm also just going to show you my favorite products of all time so that you can kind of see which ones are worth saving and which ones are worth splurging on at Sephora. Because girl, I got you, and I want you to save a little bit of money wherever you can. And you said you have sensitive skin, so I can show you my skincare routine that I would restock on and repurchase if I was running out of these, because I feel very strongly about these products. Right now, I'm really loving the I'm From Black Rice Toner. You cannot get this at Sephora, but I believe you can get it at Ulta. I really like this kind of milky vibe to it, but it's also very thin. So since my skin is kind of more on the oily side, it's like combo. It's really nice to wear in the morning because it keeps my skin hydrated all day, and it's not heavy on the skin either. As you can tell, it has that like milky foamy texture to it, but it's because there's 2 layers, so you're supposed to shake it up and put it on your face. I've already did this, so we're gonna skip that. And girl, this is something that I need to restock on. It's the Innisfree vitamin C kind of, what is this, a serum? So I am completely, wait, I'm not completely out of it. I have a little droplet left. I don't like vitamin C because most vitamin C's are, they break me out and they don't actually work well on me, and they're also very heavy and thick. But this vitamin C, great for my sensitive skin, really nice to wear under makeup, not too heavy, not too thick, and I can put moisturizer on top and it doesn't feel like too much. Out of my entire skincare routine, I feel like this is a gem because it's really hard to find a good vitamin C for me. So if you're looking for one, highly recommend. And then if you want a retinol, Innisfree also has their Retinol Cica Repair Ampule. This is the same. It's really great for sensitive skin. A lot of retinols are too much for my skin, so if you are kind of like getting introduced to retinol, this has a very, I think, tiny percentage of retinol to introduce your skin to the ingredient over time. I haven't finished this yet because I am actually trying tretinoin right now, so I kind of paused on this, but if I wasn't using tretinoin, I would just continue to use this. Azelaic acid. If you have PIE, I think that's what it's called, like the kind of red, dark, like what is it called? Like red, I don't remember. This is supposed to help soothe the skin, help with that. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm almost done with this bottle. I don't know if I see a big difference in my red marks from acne or anything like that, but I do like the way that this feels on my skin. And if you don't have as extreme spots as me, it could work for you. I think it just takes some more time. So I would definitely repurchase this. You can get this at Ulta, not Sephora. Now this I might claim to be my favorite moisturizer of all time. Do not quote me on it. But if you have dry, normal skin, or even combo skin like me, but it's dehydrated, this is it. I like they have a cream version of this, and I love that one, but sometimes it's too thick and I can only use it at night. But this one, you can kind of thin it out so that it's not too heavy in the morning, and it will kind of blend into more of a gel-like texture without being too greasy on your face in the morning. So if you have oily skin, it just works well under makeup, but it's ultra hydrating and refreshing on the skin. And then the product that I am ultimately obsessed with right now is the sunscreen for Live Tinted. It is so good. It's a mineral sunscreen. It has SPF 50. It's tinted and it gives your skin a little bit of a glow. You don't have to wear makeup on top if you don't want to. And it actually makes me wear sunscreen consistently, especially because when you're using Tret or you're using any kind of actives, you just want to make sure that your skin is protected from the sun. It also, you know, helps with aging. And again, you can't get this at Sephora, but you can get it at Ulta, and I would pay full price for this. I just forgot my earrings. Hold on. Okay, better. I don't feel bare anymore. But before I get into the makeup, I have to tell you about the perfume, because I like smelling good, okay? I don't buy a lot of perfume, and I'm very particular. I like smelling fresh and clean on the daily, and then on some occasions I like to smell like something. No, I think I just like smelling fresh. First of all, Gabrielle Chanel. I have been using this for years. It smells, I don't know how to explain it. This is kind of expired, I'm not gonna lie. It doesn't smell the same anymore. It does, it's kind of smelling like that old grandma powdery smell. But from what I remember, it had this really nice, like almost lemony, but not cleaning supply lemons, because it was still a very mature scent and I liked the freshness of it. Gabrielle Chanel, I do need to repurchase this at some point because I think it's expired. She's expired, but I've gone through about 3 bottles of this. And then if you just want to feel very feminine and fresh and florally without smelling like a bouquet of roses, but still smelling like a bouquet of roses, Miss Dior Blooming Bouquet. Oh yeah, this is my everyday smell. It has a little bit of sweetness to it, but then you get that floral in it as well, and it's also fresh. So spraying this on in the morning, I just feel like I smell very clean. It's not off-putting. I can wear it to work, and it's just like I got out of a bubble bath and my hair smells good. You know what I mean? And also the bottle is so cute. When I use it in the morning, I just feel very Bridgerton. And if you want freshness with a little bit more of that uniqueness to it, Glacier You. No, this is the one. I've taken a break from it, but it's the one. It has like a peppery freshness to it, which I love. The best way I would describe this is if you want to smell, it's like the woman's version of a man's cologne, right? It doesn't have like any of that sweet gourmand, like youthful scent to it. It has a very mature freshness to it, but feminine. Definitely my top pick for every day. And then if you want, you know, that special occasion, date night, going out, girls night vibe, YSL, I don't even know what this is called. YSL Libre. Okay, this is strong. She's fresh, but she's warm. Maybe even a little vanilla-y. I spray only a little bit of this, and it's just the right amount. When I wear this, I'm usually wearing nice shoes, a nice dress pants, a nice top, maybe even a dress and a skirt. This is the going out perfume. And when I spray this on, I just feel like a grown woman. So if you want to smell fresh and clean straight out of the shower, but with a little bit of flower, get the Miss Dior. Fresh and clean with a little bit of that lemon undertone, Gabrielle Chanel. Also a little powdery too. And then fresh and clean with a little peppery scent, kind of like a men's cologne, but for women, Glacier You. And then for a mature night out scent, YSL Libre. So those are the basics, but I know you sometimes ask me for my makeup routine as well, and these are the things that I always keep going back to. Starting with primer, I have combo skin, so certain areas of my face are like more oily, like in the T-zone, and then other areas of my face are, I would say, normal to dry, just depending on the day. The product that I always use, because I have like texture or pores, and if you really want that blurred skin look, this is it without being drying. The Hourglass Vanish Airbrush Primer. I talk about this all, oop, I got it on my shirt. I talk about this all the time. I have been using it for years. This is my second bottle. It's tried, it's true, it is reliable, and nothing honestly has topped this for me because it just has the right texture to it, if you know what I'm saying. Like, it has that silicone vibe, but it's also kind of wet and hydrating. If you try it out in the store, you'll kind of know what I'm talking about, but it's not a dry silicone like putty texture, which I don't really like. And so if you don't like your pores or you want them to be blurred so that you have smooth skin for makeup, this is the primer. But I know you're like me and you struggle with oily skin, so the most mattifying primer I've ever tried is the One Size Oil Sucker. You have to watch this. It's a little liquidy. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of finicky, but it works, okay? It works. Just shake it up. It should give you like a putty or liquid vibe. A little bit. Don't do too much, because if you do too much, you might get mad at me. So a little, and then you can kind of see my pores, and that is going to mattify my pore area, but also because of the mattification, it's going to minimize the look of my pores too. And this is going to keep me matte for most of the day. I always get super oily in this area, but do you see the difference? No oil sucker primer, oil sucker primer. I think the first thing I'm going to do is use my Danessa Myricks eyeshadow palette. Highly recommend the Danessa Myricks eyeshadow palette too, because they have all of these beautiful different textures. She does have a version that's only sold with 6 shades, so it's a little bit cheaper, and you can get the 20% off discount too. I love the stackableness of it. If you don't wear eyeshadow, which I know you're lazy sometimes, I really like the Armani eye tints. These are one and done liquid eyeshadows. Very foolproof, easy to use, easy to blend, long lasting, sheer. You're not gonna have an issue with this unless it's like a super deep color, but I have shades 27S, 44S, 30M. They're all easy to work with for me. And you know what? Let me show you. Should I use? Yeah, I'll show you this one. I'm gonna take 30mm and use it as a base just so you can see how easy it is to use. Normally you would put this all over your lid as maybe like a one eyeshadow base, but I'm not trying to do a smoky eye today. And I'm just gonna take a blending brush and blend the edges very lightly. And you can kind of see how it's sheer. So it's nothing crazy, and then you can build up that sheerness. Put on some eyeliner and boom, you're done. So super easy. So I know that you can like be lazy and you might want something to throw on before work to kind of make you look like you put an effort and did something. You can use this. There's also more of these like metallic shades that have a sheen to give you that, there you go, that more awake effect. And I really love these for every day. Whenever Armani Beauty has a sale or Sephora has a sale, I'm usually making the purchase because their products are so expensive, but they are good and I'm never really disappointed with them. Okay, now the Danessa Myricks eyeshadow. I'm gonna use this. I don't know what this color is. Do I have to take it out? Oh, it's in the shade Rooted. It's a kind of warm brown color. I actually don't know what I'm doing, but we're gonna make it up as we go. And I'm going to pat this on the outer corner of the eyes just to add some warmth, because the Armani Beauty eyeshadow that I just blended was kind of gray on my eyes because it's more cool tone. All week I really haven't been expressing myself because I got a new job, which requires me to wake up at like 5 o'clock in the morning to get there on time, which is not bad, honestly. That's not a complaint, by the way, but it's a change of routine. And because I have a change of routine, I am not doing a full face of makeup at 5 o'clock in the morning to go to work. It's not happening. As of right now, I'm trying to adapt to my new environment, but I do miss sitting down and just doing my makeup. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't want to do it today. I didn't want to talk to you, honestly, but I'm so glad that you're here because, I don't know, there's not a lot of people that kind of get the makeup thing. It's not like their hobby, and if they are into makeup, they still don't get the depthness of makeup that I'm into, meaning I'm so ingrained into the makeup community and the makeup culture, or not even makeup, but beauty in general, skincare, and a little bit of hair and makeup. It's nice to just have someone to talk to that actually gets it and actually like cares about the same things as me and has commonalities with me. Now I'm gonna go with this shade, which is honestly just a light sand matte. It's literally called Sand. A little flat brush, and we are going to get up close and personal. Just put it on the lids to brighten it up on the inner part. Okay. Not too shabby. I know we're going for the grungy vibes, but I fear I am gonna have to put on some whimsical glitter because I love these and I definitely think that you will love them too. The Danessa Myricks Color Fix sticks, I have multiple different shades, but my favorite thing about these Color Fix sticks are the foil sides, which is just glitter, and it's these like jelly glitter eyeshadow sticks. This one is in the shade 3 Lunar Reveal, but they have like purple and green. I think I'm gonna go with this shade number 1 Interstellar because it has more of like a silvery champagne vibe. My trick when using this is I pat. I don't rub, I pat. Again, this just makes the makeup work better, work easier, and once it sets, it's long lasting. It cannot really be blended out at all, actually. So in my head, it's foolproof. And if you want easy makeup, this is easy makeup. And you get 2 colors, so you could have used the other side too, but I like to put it up to the top. And if you like using glitter toppers, I think you would really, really like this because no fallout. And on a daily basis, if you want to wear glitter, it's hard to wear glitter because it's messy. If you have to wake up early in the morning, it's a lot of work, and you don't want glitter all over your face at the end of the day. And this just kind of lets the glitter stick but give you that shine. Like if you enjoy the Urban Decay, what's it called, like Moon Dust eyeshadow, I actually think this is better because it lasts longer, in my opinion. Or you can mix the two if you're really into that. This is Ethereal Eyes. Sorry, Makeup by Mario. Danessa Myricks has replaced you. Fully commit to the black because we did say we're gonna go drama, and black is drama. So let's take a little tiny black brush, and then I'm going to just put it on the outer corner and kind of draw a smoky, messy wing. We're gonna fix it later and we're gonna blend it out. Drama. She's dramatic, don't be scared. Am I the drama? Smoke it out, blend it out. Gorgeous, darling. Okay, tell me how this looks. Don't be honest, because I won't be able to go back and fix this by the time you watch this video. I brought you in a little bit closer so you can kind of see how I'm done with my makeup, and there is literally, where's the fallout? She doesn't exist. The fallout doesn't exist. So that's the Danessa Myricks eyeshadow palette. I really do love her eyeshadows. She needs to come out with more colors though, more color ranges. If she can come out with singles, I'll buy the singles, even though that'll probably be more expensive. But everything that Danessa Myricks is doing, win. I still need to buy the setting spray and another shade of the blurring balm for my current shade because I am super light right now. So maybe that's what I'll get during the Sephora sale because it's been like sitting in my wish list probably for almost a year. Maybe a year. My next favorite product at the moment is something that I'm always ashamed to share because it's just too expensive. Well, it's not too expensive. I actually think some foundations at Sephora now are more expensive than this luxury foundation I absolutely adore when I want full coverage, special occasion, just all around good foundation that I can rely on. I'm going for this. You can't get it at Sephora, but you can get it at Ulta. When they have 20% discounts, that can be used on prestige, I think, but honestly I paid full price and I would pay full price again. It's just the most reliable foundations I've tried, and I am very particular with foundation. It's either this really expensive Chanel foundation or I like some drugstore foundations. I also really like the tier foundation too. I would only take my recommendation if you have combo oily skin though, because for dry skin, I don't know how you'd feel about this foundation, but it just, look at that. It's enough coverage without looking too dry, without looking too heavy. I've told you about this before, and it just works. It just works. It looks good. It has great longevity, and I never really have to worry about it. So this is my favorite foundation. Contrary to popular belief, Sephora doesn't always have the best foundations. Luxury isn't always the best foundations either. And in this case, the luxury foundation I bought is one of the best and one of my favorites, along with probably a few others, but this is the one that I rely on the most. Here's the skin. There's just something about it, even in, what's on my neck? Is that foundation on my neck? How did I get glitter there? Not me talking about no fallout, and then I have a chunk of glitter on my neck. Anyways, if you're bougie, if you like expensive makeup, if you like Chanel, you get it. At some point, I'm gonna show you other foundations, but I have to be honest, this is my favorite foundation. Like, if I were to put it in rankings of top 10, this is number 1. And that's not the same as skin tints. This is like full coverage foundation ranking number 1. I'm always switching between concealers, so it's really, really hard to pick favorites. Truly, I think it really just depends on your skin and what you like. If you want something hydrating, the Haus Labs concealer, very hydrating. It has like this glowy moisturizing effect to it. I also love the Kulfi concealer. I used that till the very last drop until it started to smell and expire, so I can't use that anymore. But I would definitely repurchase that one if I didn't have so many concealers, and Haus Labs of course. But if you want something that's a little bit more matte, Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Concealer, really beautiful under the eyes, especially if again you want that brighter under eye that has the best look on camera. It's gonna be this one. Just depends on what you're looking for. I'm using the Haus Labs one on a daily basis to go to work just because I like the natural effect of this, and the color is nothing jarring. It matches my skin tone, like my bare skin, really well. And it's pretty hydrating under the eyes. I have honestly more drier under eyes, so I do like a hydrating concealer more. But if you want that soft glam, full glam, Danessa Myricks. I'm gonna let that sit. And then a third concealer, NARS Soft Matte. This is for spot concealing. It has a moussey texture to it, and you can just draw it on your face like that. I don't really have a lot of spots, thankfully, right now. I'm just trying to add coverage to where I have more acne spots, or no, dark spots. So girl, if you need that coverage, NARS Soft Matte Concealer got you. And I know you probably don't need more makeup, but the LYS Cream Bronzing Stick. I think next time I repurchase this, I'm gonna get the lighter shade because it's super pigmented. So if you are gonna get a shade, try to get a shade lighter than you think, unless you love a drastic tan, because I think the shade lighter would look a little bit more soft on me and less makeup-y. But I love this. It's so easy to blend, and arguably one of the best cream bronzers on the market. They not only have shades that cater to deeper skin tones, but it's just a quality product. And the price, I would pay full price for it. You don't even need to get this on sale, but having that extra 15, even 10% to 20% off is not bad, because it's already a well-priced product in my opinion. And I have to be honest with you, this is where you can save your money. The Charlotte Tilbury blush wands used to be my all-time favorite liquid blushes, along with the Rare Beauty. I really do like the Rare Beauty, but I need to buy a shade that I love, which maybe I might do during the Sephora sale. But anyways, Charlotte Tilbury blush wands. I love those blush wands to death. Used up Peach Pop until I couldn't use it anymore. However, I found something that is a better alternative and cheaper. Screw the 20%, screw the Sephora sale. Get these at Ulta. They're the Sashu Cheek Stay-In, and I think the color I'm Playful, this is a nearly identical shade to my favorite Peach Pop. So there we go. I also have the shade in I'm Cute, and I think I purchased 2 myself. No, I think these were actually gifted to me in PR. So that was nice. I'm gonna mix the 2 shades. They also have the dreaded the sponge. You can rip off the sponge if you want. And I'm just gonna mix the 2 colors because why not? I can't really decide what cheek color I want. So that's what I'm gonna do. You can change your hair and you can change your clothes. You can change your mind. It's just the way it goes. I'm just gonna mix a little bit of the orange in here, which I'm kind of regretting now. And just blend that out. That's gorgeous. Yes. Like everything else, I have multiple different favorites. So my current favorite powder bronzers, again, are luxury, but hear me out. This is the Dior Forever Nude Bronze, and this is the Gucci bronzer. I love this one because it has more of that powdery texture, so it's more pigmented. It's slightly leaning on the warm tone side, but the Dior bronzer, look at this packaging, definitely better than the Gucci bronzer. And this has more of a sheer bronzing finish, and it's not as warm. So I actually think I'm going to use this one today. I'm just going to swirl my brush in here, tap off the excess. And this brush, by the way, is from Real Techniques, and I think it's actually on sale at Ulta right now. It comes in a set. It's really, really good. I've been using it for like my everyday makeup because it has the duo it comes with. This looks like a Makeup by Mario. It performs really nice too in this. And then another brush, it's like a big chunky kabuki, on sale at Ulta. Love these brushes. Highly recommend. And this is really great for blending under the eyes. As much as I love a good Sephora brush, Real Techniques is up there with their quality. I just checked the weather and it's 70 degrees outside and I'm not outside. All right, we gotta hurry up because I need to enjoy the weather. Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. Love this stuff. Gone through multiple bottles if you've watched me for a long time to just melt my makeup together. I don't know if I'm gonna repurchase it because people have been giving me cheaper alternatives, so I might try out those cheaper alternatives and report back to you. Not the black eyeshadow running. Okay. Note to self, the Danessa Myricks black eyeshadow runs. So I'm probably gonna have to do that last next time. Something else I think you would love that is not on sale during the Sephora sale, but I would pay full price for is the NYX Buttermelt Blush. It's in the shade Butter Together. This shade specifically, if you are my skin tone, is so beautiful. It gives you that soft baby pink with a little bit of warmth. I think this pink is more neutral and that's why I like it on my skin tone. So I'm just gonna take a brush because I like baby pink, but sometimes baby pink colors are too cool for my skin tone. So having that liquid blush underneath and wearing this as a topper gives me that baby pink vibe without looking, what's the word? I don't want to say washed out, but it just flatters my skin tone better. And this formula reminds me a lot of the House Labs blushes, which I love. But again, sometimes with blushes, I just want more shade options. And this shade is something that I do not own in anything else. Now in the past, I really love the Huda Beauty powder and I still like the One Size powder as well, but I rediscovered the Laura Mercier powder because I was doing 2016 versus 2026 makeup, and I actually can't believe I'm saying this, but I think that this tops the Huda Beauty powder. There's just something about it that just sits on my skin even better than the Huda Beauty powder. I haven't compared it to the One Size, but I definitely know it's less heavy than the One Size. It just looks better in person. And I think it's the color, because for the Huda Beauty, I have this shade in Banana or something like that, Banana Bread. And yes, it works on my skin tone, but since it's more of it leans more on a light yellow, white shade, and Honey from Laura Mercier leans more banana tan, so it's a deeper color and it just doesn't look as jarring on my skin. Okay, now I think is the part that you have probably been waiting for, because you always ask me what my lip combo is, and in my last video I was wearing this lip combo. I decided not to reply to the comments on purpose. I was being a little petty, because if you want to know my lip combo, you watch my videos. Watch the tutorial and you will know what my lip combo is. If you're not watching the videos, then you're not going to know. My go-to has been Cork by MAC, which you can now get at Sephora, and you can also get at Ulta if you want. I'm not sure if these are going to be discounted at Ulta. And if you've been watching my videos, I have been talking about my method, my, what am I calling it? My rule of 4. Oh, my lips look awful right now. But it's my rule of 4, 3 to 4, because I think 3 to 4 lip products make the best combo. So I usually do a base liner, and sometimes this base liner is a lip stain when I'm gonna have a long day. Then I take Chestnut by MAC and I use it to define other areas of my lips, so my Cupid's bow and the bottom here. Cute. Then one of my favorite Kofi lipsticks right now is in the shade Catty Kiss. Do not sleep on Kofi satin lipsticks. These are beautiful. They feel nice on the lips, but they also have a decent range of just neutral nudes for medium to tan skin tones, and Catty Kiss is probably my favorite. The thing about doing the rule of 4 is that you don't want to apply too many thick layers because you have to account for the other layers. And in the middle, I'm going to use this Armani lipstick in the shade 104, which I got this during Black Friday and I'm so impressed with this formula. I kind of just take this color and put it in the middle. It has a bit of a sheen and that just kind of brightens up the lips, going back in with the liner. And at this point, I would consider adding a gloss as the 4th product, but I do think kind of like it as is right now. So we're gonna keep it to prevent from goopy lips. I don't have any favorite high-end mascaras because I don't believe that you need to spend a lot of money on high-end mascaras, but I do have the Clio Kill Lash, which is a K-beauty brand. You might be able to get this at Ulta. I hope so, because it's a really good mascara. But I think I've decided that I kind of wanna, I don't know, I might change my mind, so don't hold me to this, but I might want to start gatekeeping my makeup and my lip combos to the people that you know, watch my videos. And if you watch my videos, then you know. And if you don't, you don't. I'm not completely against gatekeeping. I think some things need to be kept a secret sometimes. Some things need to be held close to the chest. And I'm not talking about makeup. I think makeup is pretty trivial. But the reason why I'm considering gatekeeping, just a little, nothing crazy. I'm still going to respond to comments and everything like that. But it's because I really appreciate those of you who go out of your way to support me, to watch my videos. Like these types of videos, they're not for the algorithm. They're for you. When I post a video, I can kind of usually tell by the comments who's new, who's not new, depending on what they're saying, what they're asking. I just want a tight-knit community. I'm not gonna lie, sometimes it's a little disheartening when someone's asking my lip combo or how I do my makeup or how I do my eyeshadow, and I'm like, well, if you watched the last video, you would know. Because I do put a lot of time into all of my videos. Some take more time than others, but if you want to know how I do things, I make videos about them. And I like the idea of the if you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? If you know, you know. If you know my lip combo, you know my lip combo. If you know my eyeshadow technique, you know my eyeshadow technique. If you know why I have my username as my username, you know. And if you don't, you don't. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm actually being delusional right now. Anything I just said, just throw it out the window. Because I'm talking out of my butt right now. Wait, that actually turned out so good. Should we do a montage? I think we should do a montage. Okay, beautiful. Well, I have to go now that my makeup is done. It is 70 degrees outside. I live in Massachusetts, so the weather has been all over the place and I need to enjoy this day. So I'm gonna go on a walk. But do not forget, I wanna get your personal request about recommendations. If you're looking for something specific to get during the Sephora sale or even on Ulta, I'm gonna make a Google form down in the description or the show notes. I've been hearing people calling it that. Down on the show notes. So if you want to get my personal recommendation about products that are customized for your needs and your wants, check out that Google form and I will do my very best to recommend something that I think you will love. But I love you so much and I'll talk to you soon. Bye!